How everybody doing? It's your boy J Mass. Want to give you guys a little advice. I'm not telling you you have to follow it, but this is from a guy who's 6 months in now and really has had an opportunity to see how this industry really works, the ins and outs of this industry thus far. Uh, I've also been talking to veterans and getting in contact with other people. Some of the first steps I would tell a lot of people to make is, after you find a particular school that'll take you in, whether you're a felon or you're not a felon, there are trucking companies that'll take you in immediately after you graduate school. So we'll say, suppose you graduate from CSRT, Swift, Prime, one of those schools. You'll get your paperwork and you'll sign up with those guys, and basically you can leave. You can leave these companies even though they tell you all this stuff about you signing on with them, and no contest, which we found out later is against the law, that you can go and work wherever you'd like. You can get the paperwork from that particular company and go to some place that is going to actually pay you a living wage. Like I said, a couple of companies like the one I'm with, Decker, you can start off with a living wage instead of starting off with $300 or $400 a week, which I was, a victim of when I was at CRST, strictly because they never had loads. It's 100, 150 people per class. They're trying to get you done in 14 days. This is just how the industry works, especially with these mega companies. Anyway, I would say step two, after you get with a company like Decker or, some of these other good companies out here like Maverick, they'll take care of you well enough for you to move on to your next step. And my suggestion to you would be, at that point in time, decide if you're going to be with these companies for 6 months or a year. I'm going to tell you now, if you stay with these companies for a year, you don't have any accidents, you can move on to the next stage of trucking. When I say that, I mean, you'll automatically get to a pay increase. You'll go from making $1,200 to $1,000 to $1,400 a week on the road all the time, to being home on the weekends making between $2,000 and $3,000. And some of the companies to look at might be Boyd. That would be one of the companies. If you're already with Maverick, you will switch over to the leasing program where they'll actually lease a vehicle to you while you pay for it. And of course, there's going to be a balloon payment at the end, so you want to save your money. A lot of these companies too, they have this leasing programs, and these programs are set up to make the company money, not the driver, and they usually keep the truck. But companies like Boyd, they have a really good program where you'll end up able to keep the vehicle and make good money at the same time. I'm talking $3,000 a week, along with the fact that you've actually paid for your gas and other things on your vehicle. You just want to make sure you have a tax person in place so you're able to pay your taxes on time and not get behind on your taxes. Other than that, there's no other information that I would be giving to you at this time. But again, you guys stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. I am really trying to make sure a lot of you guys don't have to go through the down times in the trucking business, because it's a really worthwhile business. And I'm seeing now more minorities and women. Yeah, I'm counting them as minorities too, in the business and in the industry. It's a lot of women that are coming in that are just as good, if not better, than some of these mail truck drivers. and you'll notice they don't put up with a lot of stuff. You'll see the women, they're usually at the good companies first, or they don't stick around long if the company's not treating them the way that they want to be treated. Sometimes it's wise to follow the women when it comes to the trucking business. Other than that, again, just trying to keep you guys abreast of everything. It's your boy J Mass. I'll holler at you guys.